The tea is exceptionally good today. Who made this? Very delicious. Hold on.
What up, Cosmic Cousins? It's your girl, Nova Charm, and welcome back to another episode of Astrology Tea with Nova Charm. And today, I am wrapping up my part 3 on my Euphoria series of guessing the sun, moon, and rising of our favorite characters of Euphoria based on their characteristics. Now, this is just something that I like to do to sharpen my skills. And if it sounds fun and lit for you, then go on and have a seat, pour you up some cosmic tea. But before you get too comfy, you already know what to do. Go on and hit that like, go on and subscribe to your girl, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of this cosmic tea that I want to sip with you. Now let's get straight into it, y'all. Because in video 1, we went over the placements of Rue, Gia, their mother Leslie, Ali, our girl Jules, Jules' dad David, as well as Cal, rest in peace Eric Dane, and the character Nate. Now when it comes to part 2, we covered our girl Maddie. We even took it back in time to look at the big 3 of Marsha Jacobs, honey. Now in addition, we did cover Samantha, who is Maddie's boss, as well as our girl BB that runs through with those catchy one-liners from time to time. We also covered Kat, Ethan, Lexi's mom Suze, as well as Lexi. So if you didn't get a chance to catch those videos, definitely go check them out after you watch this video. I'll try to make sure not to forget to put the links in the description below. Now, with that being said, we are going to round out the cast. Since we left off with Lexi, it's only right to start things off with her sister, Cassie. Now, off the bat, I just felt like Cassie was a Libra sun. I just felt like her whole ego and everything that she felt like made her her was connected to a man. She loves to give off the vibe that she is a sweetheart, and she desperately depends on validation in order to prove her worth. Now, when it came to her relationship with Maddie, they just both gave the personality of those it girls concerned with beauty, admiration, popularity. Not to mention, I made Maddie a Libra rising. If you don't know the tea when it comes to a rising and a sun, if you happen to be around someone, whether they be somebody that you're in a relationship with or a friendship with, even a family member, it's anybody that you will be around, their sun is the same as your rising. Understand, if they are not confident in their sun, they will see how they can steal the light of your rising. What made me really think about this was in season 2, when Cassie was trying to gain the attention of Nate. She was waking up at all hours of the morning, doing her beauty routines, doing her makeup, and trying different looks just to try and get Nate's attention, until ultimately she showed up looking like Maddie. You just have to be careful of people like that. This is just a little bit of personal tea. And of course, this is only if people are not confident with walking in their own light. Catch that, okay? Now, I would definitely give her a Pisces moon. Emotionally, our girl is a mess. She desperately allows others to overstep her bounds, especially when it comes to her emotions. She never says what she needs to say until she's literally forced into it. Cassie just oozes of emotional desperation and a need to be loved. And she will allow others to habitually cross over those lines in order to get it. Trust me, a low vibrational Pisces energy is very desperate. Very much so, I will do anything for that person, even to the point of being a walking doormat. Now, another reason why I say she's a Pisces moon is she's definitely a dreamer. She builds fantasies in her mind and how she feels like it's supposed to be, and she desperately clings on to it within this reality until it becomes real. Now, when it comes to her rising side, I would easily give her a Cancer rising. Oh yes, our girl is definitely going to have double water in her big 3. Okay, Cassie is super emotional, and she definitely wears her heart on her sleeve. Ultimately, this character has a fear of not being seen, not being loved, and not being cherished. Her whole auric being literally screams that she needs security. Cancer risings do have a habit of sometimes getting emotionally overwhelmed because of the fact that they can feel energies as soon as they walk in the room. As well as if they are feeling anything, it is incredibly hard to emotionally disconnect. Now, I actually went back and forth on one of her placements, but y'all definitely tell me what you think in the comments. Now, in the upcoming season, Cassie's character should be fun, especially because we all want to know what Maddie got going on, what she got planned. But of course, this should be entertaining. Now, since we're talking about Cassie, we might as well take take it to the beginning with Cassie. And let's get to discussing her first boyfriend that we were introduced to on season 1. So let's jump into the big three of Chris McKay. Now, it's safe to say that this character probably won't be in season 3. I think he was only in the very first episode of season 2 or something. Now, with that being said, though, on season 1, we definitely watched this character struggle from going from a big fish in a small pond to being a small fish in a massive ocean. There was an extreme amount of pressure for him to succeed, and it really just gave me all the feels that he was an Aries sun. His character was highlighted by being that sports jock. This was his passion. This is what he wanted to do ever since he was a kid. And this is in the area of life where he shined the most. So it would definitely make sense for me that he would be an Aries sun. And if I had to say about his moon, I would definitely give him a Capricorn moon. The way that boy would block out his emotions, y'all know the scene that I'm talking about. I'm talking about that incident in his dorm room with Cassie and those quote-unquote frat brothers giving him the pledge treatment. I don't know what kind of weirdo shit y'all be having going on, but yeah, that wasn't it. Anywho, instead of just dealing with his emotions, which he was definitely crying because Cassie called her sister Lexi and told that he had shed a tear too. He went in the bathroom and did exactly like his father had told him, which definitely gives me Capricorn energy, which is to bottle it up and use it for his achievements on the field, which is incredibly unhealthy, okay? Just for the record, Chris did not allow himself to feel anything. And Capricorn energy in the moon does not feel comfortable because it is the sister side of Cancer, and Cancer rules the moon. So if I had to say anything about a moon, it would definitely be a Capricorn moon. As far as his rising sign, I would give him a Virgo rising. He just had a way of being able to see details in things. One scene I'm thinking about in particular is the Halloween party when Lexi was dressed up as Bob Ross. He was literally the only one to catch that, to get it and think it was funny. That definitely gives me Virgo energy right there, as well as his overall energy to maintain this perfect image, this perfect life, and to be perfect on that field. He definitely put a lot of pressure on himself that only Earth and fire energy can give, okay? Now, another short-lived character that probably won't be coming back for season 3 would be Elliot. Now, if y'all remember correctly, he was introduced to us season 2 as one of Rue's newfound druggy friends. Yes, he was. Who soon became really good friends with Jules too. To the point where they ended up cheating. I'm actually going to go through his placements pretty quickly. He just gives me a Gemini sun. He just knows how to talk his way in and out of things, and he's only going to be able to hold your secrets for so long. He's a songwriter, and just overall, his energy just gives Gemini energy, especially when it comes to that mental connection with Ruth, seeing as how it was confirmed on the show that she definitely is a Virgo sun. That Mercury on Mercury action just would fling their instant attraction to one another and that mental vibe that they had. Not to mention the fact that he was also musically gifted in being able to play and to be able to write lyrics as well as sing. Multi-talented is very much a Gemini type of thing. Anywho, moving on to his moon, which I would easily give him a Sagittarius moon. The boy moves carefree, and his character was definitely used to provide a lot of emotional wisdom during his time on the show. His energy was brought in to both expand Jules and Rue's emotional levels, see if they had what it takes to make it together. And well, they didn't. Okay? Well, at least for season 2. Thinking we're going to pick up where we left off on season 3. What y'all think? Drop it in the comments. Now, for his rising sign, I would easily give him an Aries rising. His energy gave very much, I'll do it now and then suffer the consequences later. Just extremely spontaneous and completely chaotic at times, even though he was just being him. I don't know. The energy just gave that for me. You know whose energy didn't? Who kind of just gave a silent but deadly type of energy? Laurie. That's right, and she's definitely going to be in season 3. So let's get into her big 3 and see exactly why her character can treat people like inventory. Now, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. She is about that money, so I'm definitely going to have to make her a Taurus sun, especially because of the fact that her energy is just so calm. You can tell that her character definitely has an obsession with material possession, and that's exactly why she don't mind getting your ass up out of here if you don't have her money. Now, she definitely stands strong when it comes to the loyalty about her money. The value of the suitcase is definitely going to be more than the value of your life in her eyes. Because of the fact that Taurus is fixed energy and it's Earth, she's damn sure not going to change her mind. Just saying. Now, if I had to look at her moon, I would damn sure keep her on the same axis by giving her a Scorpio moon. This woman can literally be the angel of death. And you know, Scorpio is the sister sign to Taurus, so it's still on that axis of money. It just deals with passive income, shared resources, and other people's money, which is definitely all about Laurie's businesses. Once again, since it's on that same axis, it's fixed energy, and she definitely has to be able to trust you when you walk out that door with that suitcase, okay? And if you don't do what you said you're going to do, she definitely definitely don't mind getting you up out of here, okay? Now, when it comes to her rising sign, I would damn sure give her a Capricorn rising. She's all about building that business. She is the CEO of her own drug organization. Not to mention, she presents herself as this boring, middle-aged woman who's just laying around in a cardigan. She looked like somebody's school teacher or librarian. This all goes with that professional mask, as well as Capricorn being a cardinal sign that is damn sure going to be the leader, okay? Without a doubt, when it comes to this business, Laurie runs the show. Now, it definitely looks like Laurie's going to get a lot more screen time in season 3 because that Taurus patience has definitely worn thin, and she wants her motherfucking money, okay? Now, another powerful presence comes to girl boss energy was Fezco's grandmother. That's right, let's look at her big three. Because she definitely was the original OG. And stomping in with her personality, especially the way that she was running shit, it definitely gave me Aries. Gave me Aries sun. Absolutely. Did you see how she popped the shit out of Fezco's dad? Okay, yeah, that's Aries energy. No thought, just action. And just because of how she get down, I would definitely give her a Virgo moon. The way she was running things before she got sick was very much routine, very much in order, in her own way, with a lack of emotion and just wanting to handle her business. It just really gives very calculated Virgo moon. Now, when it comes to her rising sign, I would easily give her a Scorpio rising. She come rolling up dressed in all black, ready to pop anything to get out of line. It's very much Scorpio rising energy, okay? Not to mention just the overall aura of her character. We didn't really get to know too much about Fezco's grandma until season 2. Kind of adds to the mysterious factor of what happened to his grandma and why these kids running this dope house. Just saying. Now, without a doubt, the women in Fezco's life are definitely the real ones. Now, even though I was desperately rooting for that Lexi and Fezco's hookup, when it came to holding it down in the household on season 2, it was definitely our girl Faye who was doing so. Now, even though the way that we was introduced to her was completely crazy, which led me to believe that her and Rue has a lot in common. But with that carefree attitude that she had, I would definitely give her an Aquarius sun. She had that rebel spirit down to a T. She really doesn't care if she fits in with the crowd. She's perfectly okay with just sitting in the floor, eating her sandwich. Her attitude just gives cool, calm, and damn sure not trying to snitch to the police. Now, if I had to give her a moon sign, I would definitely give her a Pisces moon, just because I felt a very empathic side to her, and almost a sensitive kindness, as well as her, addiction. Because Fezco treated her like a human being and gave her a place to stay when she needed it the most, there was definitely a sense of gratitude when it came to that. And because of that, she was going to hold it down and not let him go out like that, even though the situation escalated anyway. And we'll get into Ashtray in a minute. But let's talk about Faye's rising, because she really gives Leo rising to me. Faye's energy overall just gave confidence. And there is an overall loyalty when she feels like people have been loyal to her. Now, when we first met her, she kind of came off as arrogant, and she had a lot of audacity packed with her in that back seat. Leo energy can sometimes be a little full of themselves, so it just made me feel like that. Maybe, just maybe, she could be a Leo rising. Now, her being brave enough to be able to tell the truth with Fezco about being set up and attempting to save the day with the drop of a glass lets us know that she was definitely a real one. But you know who was a little bit too real? Ashtray. And since his character technically went out with a shootout with the police, we know his character won't be back next season. Now, with that being said, let's go reverse back in time, go back to season 1 and 2, and talk about the big three of Ashtray. Now, Ashtray is Fezco's crazy adopted little brother. I don't know how else to say that. I really don't. Now, when it comes to Ashtray, he is definitely all about that action. So it's definitely given Mars coding. But this character had more than just anger issues. This character is deadly. So I'd have to say he's a Scorpio sun. Just saying. That is the sign of death and rebirth. That Scorpio energy was naturally suspicious. And whenever he noticed anybody acting sus, he handled that immediately, as a matter of fact. His energy constantly gave he was not the one to play with. And he was the main one in the show that knew about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So that Scorpio energy definitely deals with investments, different streams of income, and shared resources and other people's money, which was pretty much this little boy's life. Now, because of the fact that his energy was so incredibly spontaneous, I would definitely give him an Aries moon. Anytime he felt like something was going to happen and he got active, it was because he felt like something might happen to somebody in his family. The moon deals with people in your family. People with an Aries moon either fight a lot with their family or they will fight you a lot about their family. Just know that. He doesn't know how to process anger. He literally just activates. Now, to top it all off, I would definitely give him a Capricorn rising. This child was all about his business. He was a grown man in a little boy's body. And because his character was so grown, it made me oddly uncomfortable at times. I'm not gonna lie. He was incredibly business-minded, and as a matter of fact, that's all he ever thought about, besides if he has to take somebody up out of there. He is prideful in being the protector of the family, and if he has to bring death to your doorstep, he definitely will, especially when it comes to Fezco. Which, let's go ahead and get into his placements. Now, it actually really sucks because of the fact that the Fezco character is no longer going to be a character on the show. The actor who played Fezco, Angus Cloud, sadly passed away. Definitely rest in peace to that talented actor. Fezco was definitely one of my favorite characters on that show. Now, with that being said, because of that being one of my favorite characters on the show, we are not going to close this out without doing the big three of Fezco. Now, I have to be honest. Just seeing that he was the drug dealer of the show, obviously, we thought by Rue being a drug addict, he probably wasn't going to be one of the favorite characters on the show. And then he gave us his first line, and it was so caring and more understanding and more about making sure that Rue was okay. So we instantly knew that this was not going to be one of those characters that we would want to throw the remote at. But come to find out, he's caring, nurturing, and easily a protector. My boy is giving Cancer's son. He is easily the caregiver and everyone in his family, including Rue, as he pretty much just calls his sister. He would do anything for her, including give up his last just to make sure he could save her life. I mean, we literally seen it. He learned everything that he needed to know from his grandmother. When she took ill, he had no problem in stepping up and being the one to take over running the house, caring for his younger sibling, and taking over the family business. He is definitely one of those characters that wears his heart on his sleeve and makes you feel like he really does care. Now, when it comes to his moon sign, because of the fact that he's always seems to be emotionally in control, I would give him a Taurus moon. Even though I gave him a Cancer sun, I honestly feel like Fezco's energy is very calm, very relaxed, very grounded. So I would easily give him that Taurus moon because that's just what it gives. It's all about getting to the bag, taking care of his many businesses, and he seems to be able to do it all in the middle of the biggest storms. And when he gets to the bag, it's not about being flashy. It's not about showing off what he has. It's all about making sure that his family is cared for and that his grandmother has her meds. Now, when it comes to Fezco's rising, I would give him a Virgo rising. I just feel like his character was really disciplined, organized, and he definitely stayed focused. I honestly feel like that his character was able to see Rue in ways that she wasn't even able to see herself. That's some of the way that that sun rising conjunction can actually pay off in a positive way. Also, because of the fact that he had this over-analytical eye, that just gives very much Virgo rising. He was able to see every detail, feel every feeling with that Cancer sun, and ground his energy and knew exactly the move that he was going to make. Whether it was right or wrong, he was going to make it. And once he made that decision, that's just what it was. The character Fezco was definitely one of the most likable characters of the show. It sucks that Angus isn't here with us, as well as Eric, but definitely rest in peace to those actors. I am super excited for season 3 of Euphoria. Definitely the trailer has hyped it up. So I'm definitely ready to see how this story unfolds. Oh, my cosmic cousins, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like on your way out the door. I definitely appreciate all of your likes, all of your views, and all of my new subscribers. Y'all definitely are some real ones. With that being said, I'm out, cosmic cousins.